Okay.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Turn your volume. Thanks. So welcome to our webinar, Tuesdays at 10. So we have a series of website webinars coming up, and this is the first of 6. Most of the trainings are going to be over the features that are within the website platform. So there's going to be some about the website, but also there's many features that come along with that. So I want to talk about a couple of things that were questions that came up. First of those is, how do you log in and why do we have to log in so many places? So we have a software that will track our continuing ed credits. And that is the IRU calendar link that I sent out, and that will take you into a place to log in. That will take you into a place that you can log in and register. And once you do that, you don't have to log in again. It'll remember you. And then it will store your credits. So now, then when you attend the training, that's when we know you were there. And that's how we then process the continuing ed credits, and you'll get an email with a certificate, but it also stores those for you. And then now think about this. So now you've registered for the class, and now you have to get to the class. So some classes you're going to get in your car and you're going to drive there to attend. These classes you're going to go to another place called gototraining.com. So that's a separate place, and that's what we're on today.
No audio.
And no audio yet.
No, I think we're fine. We're on mute.
Marshall Jones said no audio.
That was at 9:52.
And the go-to training is what we utilize here. And so you'll also need to register at go-to training, because that's the vehicle that we use to provide the webinar. So all of you that are on here, I'm sure you understand that, but if there are people around in your offices, please help them, because there's been some confusion, and rightly so. So we just want to be able to get you credits and also then get you into the webinars. So this is the first of 6, and if you were at some of the trainings that we had around the state, you got with Scott Evans, and she does a phenomenal job, and she's here with me now, and she's going to lead us through some of the things today that will help you with your website and website features. And if you can see, she has gone into MyConnect. Some offices at this point have not joined the website yet. Each office has a contract with our current provider, so the timing will be different for each office. But I just wanted to let you know, so if that's the case, August 1st, we turned the training mode into a set-aside mode, which means when your office does go live, any of the information or work that you had done previously will reappear. But until that time, they're set aside. But this training is here. It's going. And are we recording, Katie?
Yep.
We're recording, and so this will be stored. And Katie, just show them where we store those things. And from here, I'm going to let Katie take over.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So as you can see, I'm in MyConnect. So if you do have a login and your contract has been signed, go ahead and log into MyConnect and follow along as is. Otherwise, if not, just watch and remember, and you can follow up once you do have your login, and you can follow these instructions. So under resources in MyConnect, there's training videos. And this is where all the videos are housed.
No audio. No audio.
Dana Max says no audio.
Can everyone hear me? Can
No.
someone just type in the chat?
No audio.
Yep, she can hear me.
Jennifer Sweeney can. Dana Max says no audio.
Yep, so if someone can't hear me, check your volume on your device, because looks like everyone else can. Okay, so in MyConnect, under resources, training videos, this is where you'll find the videos that you can follow up with afterwards. And there is already an agent websites, create a saved search and add to a page. That's under here, the very bottom one, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you need to follow up and watch a video to remind you of that, this is where you can find it. And then after this, the recording will also be in here. So I'm going to go back to home, and to get there, you can always just click the logo or go to home. And you guys will all see a page similar to this. You might have some different icons, but my website is the one we're going to be going into in just a minute. But we're going to start by going up to the upper right, and you should see an empty circle or a circle with your photo in it. And then you'll want to click that and click profile. And once you click that, it will bring up your profile information. And we're going to want you to fill this out. This is probably the most important thing that you need to do to make your site stand out from other people and show that you're an active agent, by making sure you upload a picture here and add something in your bio. So I'll give everyone just a second to do that if you haven't already. Otherwise, just make a note to attach your headshot here, and you just click attach file, find it on your computer, and then open it and then upload it here, and that photo will appear on your agent website. And then down here in this bio spot, this is your About Me section on your agent website. So you'll need to have at least something in there talking about your experience as an agent, maybe what you specialize in, that sort of stuff. So once you fill that out, then you can move down the screen and do the other things like selecting your language, and enter your email signature. Make sure you have your office address, city, state, and then licensed to sell real estate in the state of Iowa. You'll want those things in your signature. And then you can connect to any social media that you have. So just copy and paste the URL for your business Facebook page or your LinkedIn profile. I would recommend not doing your personal Facebook page, just do your business. And yeah, that's about it for getting started with your profile. So just make a note to make sure and go in there and fill that stuff out if you haven't already. And then you'll just click save and close, and that'll save your changes. So now we're going to jump in and check on the agent website to see where all that stuff appears. So if you guys are in My Connect following along, click the icon that says My Website, and when you hover over it, it says My Agent Website. And this is going to take you into an editing mode of your website. And I'll let you guys click that and let it load. And you can see here, I don't have a photo loaded, so mine doesn't look very good. That's one example of why you should definitely upload your photo. And down here below, see this About Me? That's where that sentence goes that I typed, but you'll want to have at least a few sentences so that someone can get to know more about you. And those are the two most important things in that profile to get going for your agent website. And for those of you who were at the training, this is probably a little bit of a refresher, but we're going to kind of deep dive a little more into some things than we did at the training. So if everyone's on their agent website now, if you do have your login and all that, you'll see this dark blue bar at the top. That lets you know you're logged in a mode that you can edit. You'll see hi, first name, and then you'll see these 3 dots over here, and then you'll see this bell. So anytime you're in here and you want to check and see if you have like a draft of a page or a published page, you can click that bell and it'll show you all the things you've created. But for the most part, you'll be clicking these 3 dots to add a new page, edit a page, that sort of stuff. So to start on this home page, we're going to manage the website settings and layout. So click your name and scroll down and click website settings and layout. And down here, there's a button that says change layout. If you click that, this is where you have the option to change your layout. So this is my current layout. but you can scroll over and you can see there are other options. And if you like one better, you just click select and it will load that one and it'll refresh. And once it refreshes, you should see the new template load. Sometimes it takes a few minutes, but you can see that loaded and it'll just take a second to jump down the page. But there you go. So that's how you change your layout. Up here in the top right, if you want to change that background photo, click Manage Banner Photos. And right now, this is the one we have. You can upload your own if you'd like. Make sure if you're uploading your own, it's either a picture you took or a picture you bought, not one that you simply Googled and downloaded. That would violate copyright law, and agents have been fined for that. So just make sure you have the rights to the photo. If you don't have that, you can use photos from our library. And you'll see here are some. And you can just click import. And then it'll say it loaded. And then you click the X, refresh. And right now, since I had 2 photos, it should scroll between the 2. So if I wait 5 to 10 seconds, the next one should appear. Or I can just go back up here, manage banner photos, and remove this first one and keep that second one. So that's how you would remove one and then just have a second. And then now you can see if I click refresh, the new photo should appear. And there it is. So that's how you manage your banner photo and change your layout. So next, we are going to create a new page on your website. So in the trainings, we talked about different page ideas that you can make. So I'm just going to talk about a couple. You could, if you do your own videos, you could create a page highlighting videos you've created. If you specialize in a certain area like residential or townhomes or farms or something, you can make a page about that. If you have a popular school in your community that people want to live in those school boundaries, you could make a page for that. And if you want to highlight a certain neighborhood that is very popular, you can make a page for that. There's endless ideas about what you can make for pages. So today we're going to create a saved search of a neighborhood, and we're going to put that saved search of those listings onto a new page. So this is a little bit confusing because you need to jump back into MyConnect to create the saved search before we do anything else. So up here, if you're following along, you should still have your MyConnect tab open. So if I click MyConnect, we are back here, and if you go to listings, my saved searches, that is where you can create your saved search. And my view might look a little different than yours because this screen is smaller, so it goes into iPad tablet mode, but yours should have a plus sign and a new button if your screen is bigger. So you can see I already have some saved searches down here already made, but I'm going to create a new one by clicking the plus new sign. So the report name, that's just the name of the saved search. It's internal, it doesn't show on the report. If you hover over this question mark, you'll see that it doesn't show. So I'm just going to call this Beaverdale. And that's a neighborhood in Des Moines that isn't defined by city limits or anything like that, but it's a popular neighborhood. So that's what I'm chosen to do. To create the search criteria, I'll show you guys that again. You can either click in this box or you can click edit. And that will pop open this box where you create the actual saved search. So from here, if you were doing an actual city or something like a certain price range, or you wanted to highlight by a school, like you could do, start typing a elementary school near you, and then you could select it and it would only show properties that are in the boundaries of that elementary school. So that's how you would do a saved search for the school or for something else that meets this criteria. But for this one, since we're doing a neighborhood that isn't defined by city boundaries, I'm going to click map search. And we'll give it a minute to load. And you'll see all of these map areas are previously made map searches I've done. Once you make a map search, it saves it so that you don't have to make it again if you commonly search for the same area. And this transfers over to the reports too. In the training, we talked about how to make a home finder report and a neighborhood report, that sort of stuff. That works the same way as the save search, where you can create an area by drawing it, or you can search by fields in the search terms. So that will be gone over in another Tuesdays at 10 in depth for the reports. But for now, you get a little taste of it by just looking in here. So instead of using one of these I already have, I'm going to create a new one. So to get the map to completely show, you hit these two little chevron arrows, and it minimizes that, and now you can see the map. So if I want to do the Beaverdale area, I can just zoom in with the arrows and the plus signs. And somewhere over here, there we go. And I'm not sure of the exact boundaries, but if it's a neighborhood that you sell in a lot, you'll have a really good idea. You can do a polygon, a circle, or a rectangle. And for this, I'll just do a polygon to show you how that works. You just click to start drawing an area, and then you just let go after you click and pull over to the area that you want to select, and then pull down, click, pull, click, pull. So since I did a rectangle, rectangle would have worked for this. So I'm going to show you just a little bit more how the polygon can make specific shapes like that. So it might be more like that if you're drawing a specific neighborhood. So I'm just going to name this Beaverdale. And if you guys are following along and doing your own, just draw your shape or use the circle or the rectangle, and then click OK once you type the name. And then you'll see the properties load in that area. So it looks like there's 16 properties in that area, and it'll show you right up here. And then if you do ever want to narrow that down even further, you can do so here. Like maybe you only want to show houses under 250,000 in Beaverdale, you can do that by clicking here. For the purpose of your website, unless you really specialize in a certain area or a certain price range, you probably want to leave it as broad as possible, and just do that area and don't put any limits on it. But just so you know, there are options in here to do bedrooms, bathrooms, price, garage, all of that sort of stuff. So once you feel good about that, you can just click OK, and your search is ready. So you can see right here, all we have is the latitude and longitude. If you added price, that sort of stuff, that would be listed here as well. So then we click Save and Close. And now it says record saved, and you can see I have a new saved search right here. And you can always come back in here and edit this. You can delete it. You can just view the properties in it. You can always come back under listings, my saved searches, and see your current saved searches. So once you have done that, we're going to jump back to your agent website. So all you need to do is jump over one tab if you are following along, and click that. And now we're going to create a new page to put that saved search on. So to do a new page, when in doubt, click the three dots and you should see an option that you're looking for. So I'm clicking the three dots in the top right and clicking new page. So page name, make sure you read the little note. This page should not contain any special characters except a hyphen. So for this page, I'm just going to name it Beaverdale. But if you had Beaverdale Homes as the title or something like that, you would want to have no spaces or just a hyphen. This is the name that appears right here. So katiestout.iorealty.com/Beaverdale Homes. That doesn't allow spaces. URLs don't allow spaces. So if you get an error when you try to save a new page, that's probably your issue. So I'm going to leave it like that, Beaverdale-Homes. And then for the heading, this is what actually appears on the page at the top of the page, telling consumers what the page is about. So I'm going to call this Beaverdale Homes for Sale. And the meta title, so this is just the text that appears up here in the tab. Right now it says Katie Stout, Iowa Real Estate. I'm going to name this one Katie Stout Beaverdale Homes. This is just to let the person know what page they're on, and it's also to let search engines know what the page is about. And same for the meta description. So whenever you have the word meta in something, just know that that's for Google to index your page and know what's on it. So for the description, you can just write a sentence about check out these Beaverdale, Iowa homes for sale. And then you could just type your name, comma, Iowa Realty. You just want some keywords in there so that the search engine can know what the page is about and they can index it. And then also so that the consumer can read a quick sentence about what's on the page. So once you have all of that filled out, the last thing you'll need to do is scroll down. So make sure you scroll down far enough to see this create button. You'll want to choose your page layout. So there's a couple different layout options. You can do these where it goes like picture, text, text, picture. But for a saved search, you want a blank page because the whole page is going to be the listings. So select that top left one for this purpose and then click create. And now you'll see Beaverdale Homes for Sale. That's that title we typed in. And then you'll see this crazy text down below. That's lorem ipsum. It's just placeholder text showing you where you can type and edit on this page. So to actually get into editing mode for this page, you need to go to the top right 3 dots again. Like I said, when in doubt, click those 3 dots and you'll see something that you probably are looking for. And then just click edit. And now you will be in editing mode. And you'll see this, your changes are saved every minute. That kind of lets you know you're in editing mode. And then also when you click in here, this box pops up with all of these editing options. So what I'm going to do is delete the lorem ipsum text and add my and clicked delete. And you can also type a sentence up here if you want. We could do check out these homes for sale in Beaverdale. And then you can do fun stuff with the text, like we just highlight it, bold it, center it, and we're good to go. So then I'm going to hit return, and this is where I want those listings to appear. So to embed a saved search, you want to click this little black folder and click Import Saved Searches. And you'll see here all of your saved searches you've created. So if you're following along right now and you're doing this for the first time, just click, you should only see one. And to embed it, click this little arrow to download it in there. And now you'll see this placeholder. They're all empty right now, but it's showing you where those listings are going to go. To actually make the listings appear, you need to go to the top right 3 dots again and click Save. And then the page should refresh, and it should actually load those 16 listings. And there they are. And this is something you only have to do once, and then it's auto updating from then on. You don't need to remake the save search or re-put it in. This will auto update with the new listings. It'll take down the solds. It's constantly pulling from the MLS, from the website, and with the actual listings that are for sale. So there are your saved search results from the search you made. So then we've saved the page, but now we need to actually publish it. So again, click your three dots and click this publish button. And now the page has been published. And up here you can see katiestout.iorealty.com/Beaverdale-Homes. That's the URL for this page. So at this moment, you could copy that URL and you could paste it on Facebook, you could paste it in an email, and people could actually go to that page on your website, and it's live and it's out there. So if you're following along and you're doing this, you just made a brand new web page. So that's awesome. But people on your actual website can't get to that page without knowing this URL. So the final thing you would want to do is add it to your menu. So there are a couple options. Right now, if there's all these pages that we preloaded for you. So you should have communities, buy, sell, all that stuff. If anything doesn't apply to you and you don't want it there, you can just hit the trash can next to that page and it'll hide that page from your site. So maybe new construction doesn't apply. Just click that little trash and click save, and then it won't be viewable by the public anymore on your site. But when you hover over buy again, you'll still see the option to add that back in. You'll see a plus sign instead of a trash can. So consumers won't see it at all. So that's how you trash and add pages in and out. For this communities page, you could add Beaverdale under there as a sub-tab if you're doing a community or a neighborhood. So that's what I'm going to do. So to add this Beaverdale Homes page into your menu, click communities and then new. And now we need to label that page. What do you want it to be called? I'm just going to label it Beaverdale. You kind of want to keep these short. You don't want to do like Beaverdale Homes for sale under $250. Like that's too long for a tab. So keep it short and sweet. And then right here we have page automatically selected. And then you would select your page that you made. You would see all the pages you've made and published right here. They have to be published to appear. So if you aren't seeing your page, you probably didn't go to the three dots and click publish. So I'm going to click Beaverdale Homes. And just so you know, another option is to add links to things. So maybe people use you as a resource to get to the school website. You could label this your local school, click link, and then type or paste the link to that school in here. And then people can get to that from your site. You could do that for all sorts of things. If you link to the assessors or something like that, there's endless options. But for this one, we're just linking to a page we made. And then here we choose the order. Since there's nothing else under that tab, first is the only option. If there were other things, it would list those other things and you would choose if you want them to go after those or at first. And then open type, you can either choose native or a new window. Native would be in the same window that someone has open. New window would be a new window in a new tab. So if you're doing an external link, you would want to do new window. If you're doing a page within your site, you'd want to do native. And then we click add. And then the page just needs to refresh. If you don't see it come up right away, just wait a few minutes and then hit the refresh button again. But now if you hover over communities, you see we have Beaverdale right there. And if someone clicks that, it takes them to your Beaverdale Homes page. So that was pretty quick and painless to make a brand new page with all the listings in it in the area that you're searching. That's a pretty awesome way to customize your website and make it personalized for you. So if you want to do any other things on that page, you can click the page attributes and check those out. Or if you ever need to look back and see what they are, that's where they are. And in the menu, I made these pages more testimonials, but I don't want that there anymore. You just hit the trash can again and click delete. And then that page is no longer there. So if anyone has any questions, just type them in the chat, but hopefully everyone's following along. And just remember, we didn't mention this before, but under the materials, we have this edit your agent website material, and it's a Word document of this process I just went through step by step. So make sure to download the materials from this class. If you look in your little control panel, you should see a materials tab, and you should see that pop up. So another thing to note is under this bell, if you say you started making this page and then you got a phone call and you got distracted, you would want to click draft, and you would see your draft of your page that you were working on, and then you just click this button and it opens it again to start editing it again. So your changes are constantly saving, and they would save as a draft in there. And 1 second, I think we got a question. Yes, I would say it is pretty important to put the agent name in the meta title and description. It's not crucial, but it would help you, so it doesn't hurt. And then someone else asked, testimonials, do you load them in there yourself, or do you have to fill out a form? You can load them in there yourself. I'll show you guys my testimonials page I made. So up here, we have more testimonials I made. And all I did was copy and paste from testimonials from somewhere else. So if you have testimonials on Zillow or in emails or something like that, you can make a page, title it testimonials, and put them in there yourself. And Scott, do you know if the testimonials page that's auto-loaded in there is gone for them?
If it's not, it will be.
Okay, so some of you might have currently a testimonials page automatically, and when you click that, nothing will be on it. That'll go away, and you'll just need to make your own testimonials page. Because right now it says check back soon. That's automated. So we'll get rid of that if you guys do have that. And you can just make a new page called testimonials. And I can walk through that real quick for you to show you how easy it is to make a new page when we're not doing a save search. So I'll just call this my testimonials. And then for the heading, I'll just call it testimonials. And for the meta title, I'll just do my name and then testimonials. And then description, Katie Stout, Iowa Realty, testimonials. And that's a pretty descriptive way to describe the page. And then for this, I'm also going to choose the regular blank layout and then click create. And then we'll go through the same process again, just the 3 dots, click edit. And then you would highlight this text to get rid of it. And then here is where you would either type or copy and paste your testimonials. So I'm just going to type a fake one. Katie was amazing to work with. Give myself a little pat on the back. Highly recommend. And then below that, I would put like a dash and then the person's name. And you can edit this by maybe we'll want to center the whole thing. And then maybe we'll want the person's name to be a little smaller. So for the size, we'll go down to like 9 or 10. And then for this, we could make this a little bigger. and you could bold it or italicize it if you want. And then you could just do the same thing again. So I could right click copy and then click return and then right click paste. And then you could just edit this for the next testimonial that you have. Katie sold our house quickly and was wonderful to work with. So obviously don't make these up, but copy and paste them from other places that you have testimonials like Zillow or emails or anything like that. And then once you have some, you could do the 3 dots again, click save. And then 3 dots again to publish. And now if you click your little bell, you can see for published pages, I now have 5 published, and this one was called My Testimonials. So it's right there. And now we can add it to our menu. So I can trash this one that I had before. And if you're deleting a page that you made, it will disappear from the menu, but it will still be up here in your published pages to find forever. So I just deleted the More Testimonials page, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist anymore. It's still up there in your published pages. So now I'm going to add that page up here, and I'm just going to call it My Testimonials, and then search for the page. And I'm going to have it go. So this is where it's that main top menu. So do you want to go before buy, before sell, that sort of thing? I'm going to have it go first, so it's left of buy. So it's the first tab that people really see, and then click add. And there it is, My Testimonials. And now if someone clicks that, it takes you to their testimonials. So for those of you that do have that automated one that's already in there, we'll get that taken down for you. The developers are working on that at the moment. So hopefully that answers your questions about the testimonials. And yes, you're welcome. Does anyone have any other questions about something specific they want to see? Otherwise, I'm going to show you quick how to add a photo in to a page. So I'll do that right now. So let's say, let's pretend this is a different page, but we wanted to add a photo of the area or something like that. We're just going to click edit. And now we're back in edit mode for the page. And if I click down here, you can see if I click return, go up, there is a little photo right here, this image. If I click that, it prompts me to either add a URL, or you can click this other tab for upload. That's most likely what you'll be doing. So maybe you want to upload a picture of the neighborhood you're promoting, or another picture of yourself. Maybe you want like a big About Me page and you want a picture of yourself and your family or something like that. There's endless ideas. And I can show you one option. We have an agent here that does a great job with his page, Eric Coiner. He has a couple different pages for communities, Beaverdale, homes for sale in Johnston schools, that sort of stuff. So if I click Beaverdale on his, you can see he used that layout where it goes picture, text, text, picture. And he uploaded pictures. He took a picture of this little mural in Beaverdale, And then he used a picture of one of the houses that he sold. And since Iowa Realty does take those pictures, we do have the copyright rights to those. So those are okay to use. Just be aware that someone might be like, hey, the house I bought is on your website and I don't like that. You might need to change that out. But you can see that he uploaded those 2 pictures. He also uploaded this picture he made of a map and showing a heart around the Beaverdale area. So that is one example. And you can see some of his other ones. For this one, he sells a lot of townhomes. So he did a saved search for townhomes, and he just added this text up here about looking for the perfect townhome. So yeah, he does a pretty good job of it. And I don't think once you make your first page, it becomes pretty quick and easy. So I would click browse and find the photo that you want to add from your computer, whether you saved it on your desktop or in your pictures, that sort of stuff. And then you would click send to server, and then you would click OK. And that would update the image. And here is where you can adjust the width and height. If that thing is locked, it means it locks the ratio, so it won't stretch it. So if you add the photo and it's taking up way too much space, change the width down by half the number and click OK, and it should be good. So that's how you would add a photo into a page. So are there any questions about that? The other thing you can do is on any of these pages you make, you can manage this banner photo in the background. So if you notice on Eric Quiner's site, townhomes, he had this banner photo of townhomes. And for Beaverdale, he has a banner photo of a nice looking kitchen. So he customized those. So that's where you would do that. Manage banner photos. And right now it's this one by default. You would click browse and upload your own. Just remember to make sure you have the rights to that photo. You either took it yourself or you bought it or you got permission from a photographer. And there are a few free stock photo sites out there if you wanted that. Otherwise, you can pay for them on Shutterstock, stuff like that, or just go take your own picture. So that is how you would customize that photo on each of your pages. Let's see. Are there any other questions about editing your agent pages? You can also embed videos if you do take videos of yourself, and I'll show you on Eric Quiner's. He actually does have this videos tab, and down here he has some of his videos loaded. So you can embed a video if that's something you do as well. I won't walk through it step by step, but when you're under edit mode in your page, there's this little YouTube button. Click that, and you would either paste the embed code here or paste the URL to the video. So when you're in YouTube, you've uploaded your video to YouTube, you'll have an option to share, and then it'll give you either the embed code or you can use the URL. And you can check any of these options. Like, you probably don't want it to autoplay. You probably don't want it to show suggested videos at the end, that sort of stuff. But that's a little more advanced, but just so you know that those options are there, you do have to do it. You have to host the video through YouTube if you want to do that, though. So just make sure you know that. Okay, are there any other questions? That's about it for what we were going to review today as far as editing your website. Carrie, do you have anything you want to discuss, or?
Well, thanks, Katie.
Yep.
I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys got some good information out of it. If you remain to have questions, please reach out to me, and I'll get you answers for that. In the future, if you are registered in GoToTraining, you will receive an email, and within that email, there's a link that says join, and I will send out the code that you need if people have not joined. So in advance, there is an additional code that you can log in at the last minute, and I'll get that to you. But Katie added her presentation into this GoTo training. I will email that out to the offices so you have that information available to you. And once again, this training will be uploaded into the resource tab, which is at the top right in My Connect. I hope you guys are able to use some of these tools. And again, now 2 weeks from today, we're going to come back again. We used to do these Tuesdays at 10 once a month. We're going to continue to do these every 2 weeks for the next 6 sessions. And all of these next 6 sessions will be website related topics. So the schedule and the calendar was sent out with the classes. So be sure you email out again. I hope you're not getting overloaded with the number of times I've sent it. I just want to get that information out to you so that it's easier for you to get logged in. And remember, doing it a couple of times makes it so much easier. And from what I've seen, those of you that have joined the website, there's some great looking pages out there. Agents are doing a good job with that. It's really exciting. It's such a dramatic change from where we have been. And most importantly, and the biggest thing is our customers. For me, this whole website thing has to do with our customers and how we relate to them. And so we have customers that have been looking at other sites, Realtor.com and Zillow, and we've created a site that is easy to use, it's mobile friendly, has tremendous amount of features for agents, but seriously, the biggest benefit compared to where we have been and where we're heading is the huge benefit for our customers. And I think those of you that have gone and those of you who are ready to switch, you'll find an amazing number more of searches landing on your page than going elsewhere. And it is a change. Some people are going to say, wow, this is different, but that's good because they're loyal customers. Otherwise, they wouldn't even notice. So be thankful for that. But anyway.
And if you don't see in your screen options off to your menu on the side, there's a materials tab. If you don't see that, don't worry about it because Carrie's going to send those out anyway afterwards. And if you do, you can download them from there as well. So that's where the training materials are and will be sent to you. So there are no other questions. I think we'll end this. And thanks everyone for coming. We had a ton of attendees, so that's great. And have a great week.